Good morning, student. Let's start today's class. Okay. In today's class, we are going to study about the isolated gain. That means uh, we have completed the indirect direct gain and the indirect gain, and now we are going to study about isolated gain. Okay. Isolated gain means we will isolate the storage or the collect storage of thermal storage from the collector of solar energy. That means we will place the different we will place the our collector different or different place in from the solar collectors. Okay. Here see great flexibility in design and operation can be obtained by isolating the building, the collector of the solar energy and the storage. That means we can get efficient, we can get efficient energy or operation, operation, okay, by uh, isolating buildings or our living rooms and the collector and the storage of thermal energy. ଯଦି ଆମେ ଏଇ ତିନିଟାକୁ ବିଲ୍ଡିଂ ଆଉ ଷ୍ଟୋରେଜ୍ ଆଉ ଆମର ଯେଉଁ ରୁମ୍ ଆଉ ଷ୍ଟୋରେଜ୍ ଯେଉଁଠି ଆମେ ଷ୍ଟୋର୍ କରିବା ଆଉ କଲେକ୍ଟର ଯେଉଁଟା କଲେକ୍ଟ କରିବ ହେଲା, ଏ ତିନିଟାକୁ ଯଦି ଆମେ ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା ଆଇସୋଲେଟ୍ କରି ରହିବା, ମାନେ ଦୁଇ ଜଣ କାହା ସହିତ କାହାର ସମ୍ପର୍କ ରହିବ, ମାନେ ପରସ୍ପର ସହିତ କନେକ୍ସନ୍ କିଛି ନଥିବ, ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ ଭଲ ଆହୁରି ଭଲ ଏଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ ଭାବରେ ଆମେ ବେଶୀ କଣ୍ଡିସନିଂ କରିପାରିବା ଆମ ରୁମ୍କୁ ହେଲା। The most common application of this concept is natural convection loop, okay, of which the thermosiphon water heater represent simplest version. That means the main that means here the main or simplest method or concept is natural convection loop of which thermosiphoning water heater. So thermosiphoning is a technique, okay, which uses this isolation gain concept. Okay. What is thermosiphoning water heater? Let us discuss about that. Okay. This is thermosiphoning water heater. Okay. This is thermosiphoning water heater. Here what happened means, here this is collector, okay, solar collector, okay, and this is storage or thermo storage, okay, and the building is isolated from these two in a different place, okay. Here and why it called thermosiphoning water heater? That means that means the water flow inside the solar collector and going back to the storage is due to the siphoning techniques. That means natural convection technique. That means the difference of density, due to the difference of density of water. Here what happened, this is the storage, means this is the tank, water tank, okay. The water from cold water is going to through the pipe, and these pipes are insulated, okay, or covered with insulated coating, okay, and then it goes to the collector here. Okay, solar collector. This solar collector or flat plate collector or anything, solar collector heat the water, and the hotter water, and due to the heating of water, the density of water is less from the density of water in cold density of cold water. Okay, so the difference of density, that means here cold water, okay, is high denser, and here mm, hot water is less denser. Due to this difference of density, these light or these low density water tends to go upward to the high density of water. Okay, so in this process the water is going upward naturally from collector to again storage devices. So this is called thermo siphoning water heater. Okay, next, okay, here the thermosiphoning, the tank is always located above the collector to induce a convection flow of fluid. That means if the tank is placed in a higher uh, or a higher height, then the water flow uh, to the collector and from the collector to the tank is is due to naturally convection. Okay, so that the flow of water is smooth. Okay, and another variant of isolated gain is an air collector. Okay, is an air collector. Here is the example of air collector. Okay, here what happened, the solar radiation fall on the collector. Okay, and the air from air intake from here. Okay, and hot here, or air uh, here what happened, the air is getting hotted, and the hot water going here, going from here. Okay, okay, and the hot air going to the chamber, uh, which what containing the rocks, and these rocks used for thermal storage. Okay, and the thermal or the hot air is going then to the building. Okay, so here the building is isolated from the these two mechanism. Okay, here also see the air going through this vent to the chamber or solar chimney. Here in solar chimney what happened, the solar radiation fall on one side, and what and heat the water, heat the air, and this air used in the building separately. Okay, the main advantages of this concept is use the desirable size of storage, which is not limited by architectural consideration. It can be used for heating or cooling purpose, both depending upon the air movement, which is controlled by various flaps. Okay, yes, that means this air thermosiphoning with rock storage, this concept is the advantage of this concept is that due to the air flow, we can control the air flow when we didn't want so much of heat. We can close the vent or we can control the airflow so that we can reduce the heat flow. Okay, this is the advantages of these techniques. A solar chimney is actually a method of withdrawing warm air from the room and replacing it to the collector ambient air mild climate. Okay, that means solar is, that means here the intake in solar chimney, what happened in solar chimney here, the intake air coming from the building. Okay, this intake air, coming from the building. Okay, and this air circulated here, the building, hot air or anything air coming from the building, and this air circulated in the collector. Okay, and going upward vent. Okay, to ventilation, or this solar chimney is for ventilation of the building. Okay, and one another one is underground rock bed storage outside of the house. Okay, here this in this method one in this method, this is in this method this is the house. Okay, this is the house. Okay, air supply মানে exhaust, the from the living room, exhaust push the air into what, the rock bed which is placed on the underground, and this rock bed collect heat from the underground heating or thermal storage. That means previously we know that the our earth core is heat due to the radioactive element present inside the inside our earth core mantle layer. Okay, and uh, lava is there, so our from that thermal or from this heat, this rock bed collector collect heat, and the air coming from the living room, going through the mm, this going through this collector bed or this rock through the rocks, hot rocks, and heated the air, and going again or return to that our living room. Okay, okay, that's all. Thank you.